MDOT presents the Extra Mile Podcast.
Welcome into another edition of the Extra Mile Podcast presented by the Mississippi Department of Transportation. I'm Paul Catul, and as always, joined by the man, my co-host, Will Kraft, and we are taking the podcast on the road. We are down here in Gulfport, Mississippi at the 2026 State Rodeo, and we are talking to our guest today. That is State Maintenance Engineer Matt Dugas. And so, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your second year of being in charge of this event?
That's correct.
So it's not your first rodeo?
It is not.
Oh my goodness. Just an awful joke to start things off. But yeah, let's get to it. So tell us about today's event, the 2026 State Rodeo.
Well, sure. Well, we're sitting right here by one of the fan favorites, the backhoe. Behind us, we've got the tractor, bush hog, motor grader. You can see motor grader in the background, skid steer. We got 3 trucking events over here. We got a tandem axle, a single axle, and a low boy. Yeah, we're ready to go, man. Everybody's in for some good competition.
That's right. I know we don't have a shot right now. We may try and get one of this, but no. Which one is this? What'd you say is going on?
This is the backhoe.
All right, and just give us a little description of what's going on here.
All right, so we take a tooth off of the backhoe bucket and put what we call it a spoon, but it's actually a metal rod with a little washer on it, and we use that to pick up golf balls out of this sand pit over here, sandbox, and put in these cylinders. So there's 5 cylinders. 3 of them are 6-inch cylinders, and then 2 of them are 3-inch cylinders. And these guys are trying to put those balls in there as fast as they can.
Okay, so they're scooping these. It's tiny, moving these things around and sitting it from this to this. Okay. All right, and we're getting started here. So we got a great example that unfortunately you guys can't see, but we may try and work a shot in there. Pretty cool. So that is one of the fan favorites.
Yeah, like I said, this is a fan favorite. Everybody's amazed when they see, it's picking up golf balls and putting them in these little cylinders with a backhoe.
You can tell they've definitely done it. Not their first time, like you said,
Absolutely.
Not their first rodeo. So that's one of how many events we got going on?
We got 7 events going on.
Okay, and this is state competition. So this would be the winners from all the regionals. Is that right?
Well, we have 6 district rodeos, and the top 2 in each event from the district rodeos come to state.
So these are already folks that have shown off a little bit in their areas.
This is the cream of the crop.
Okay, all right. And then from today we'll have winners move on again.
So the top 2 from each event today in state go to regional, which is in Virginia this year.
Okay.
So in October.
That's amazing.
One more on that, so you guys have been here all week, right? Working on this, getting ready, setting up, making sure everything's going. So give us the rundown on the week here.
That's right. So we showed up Monday had lunch, and came out here Monday afternoon. Luckily, we didn't see the sun Monday or Tuesday, which was great.
Yeah.
Setup's always tough in June or July with that sun beating down, and it was great weather. So we got the course done Monday and Tuesday. We had practice yesterday and game day today.
That's amazing, and honestly, it feels really good out here compared to last year. I think last year was the hottest day of the year for us, but anyway.
I agree. I'm just glad y'all got us a little shade this year because,
me too.
I was about to melt last year during this interview.
Shout out to Drew Hall, Billy Bob Sequel, David Kenny, who came down from Public Affairs. But listen, if you're talking about dropping golf balls in a little cylinder using heavy equipment, you might think that's playing around, but that's not the case at all. When you're talking about road work and heavy equipment, you need precision. So talk about how these competitions kind of translate into kind of the real world situations.
Well, that's right. Clearly to do this, you got to be pretty good. And to get pretty good, you got to practice. And that does. It translates into the field when these guys are on the side of the road, moving trees or, digging ditches or whatever. Everything we do out here is training. And don't forget the safety aspect of it as well.
That's right.
We train on safety out here, and that also translates into the field.
I'm sure.
No doubt.
No, I would think, even too, something that resonates to anybody. Iron sharpens iron. You get good at it, you practice, you come to something like this, or even the regionals beforehand. You compete against other folks that are doing it. You really do look up and you see that, I think, reflected, as you talked about, safety standards. I think things are even safer in every aspect of some of our work zones, our work life. I think you've seen the product of these events.
Absolutely. Ever since we started the safety program, this event has gotten safer, obviously. I don't know if they can see these bars in the background where we're delineating each event, keeping spectators out. Everybody's wearing their vests and their seat belts. I actually told them this morning, I was like, look, we can't go to Virginia if you don't wear your seatbelt today. Right. So yeah.
It's true. Buckle up. So listen, another thing that maybe our listeners or viewers may or may not know, but MDOT crews are first responders. They're out there whenever winter weather happens, or hurricane. I know we have various forms of severe weather throughout the year, unfortunately, Mississippi. But talk about their role as first responders. I mean, they put their lives on the line away from their families to work for Mississippians, right?
I mean, reality is we are the first responders. We clear the road so the other first responders can get there.
That's right.
So, I mean, that's my take on it.
Absolutely. Law enforcement, ambulances, everybody. Without us, none of that happens.
Absolutely. Haley Barber said it during the maintenance meeting. It's like we were the first ones down there. We cleared the way for everybody to get down to the coast during the Katrina. I mean, we're definitely first responders, and it's my hope that in the future that we're recognized as that.
Absolutely.
To get back to the event here itself a bit, I know last year we talked about this. Some frequent flyers as far as names of champs usually seem to come up.
Sure. I mean, we're sitting right here at the backhoe, so I got to mention Thomas Good. I mean,
there he is.
The man.
There he is.
He is regularly a regular winner. Normally is at regional. So
we got to get Thomas on for an episode at some point.
Y'all should do that. I should have asked him, what's his consecutive run at regionals before this, but I didn't. But I mean, it's pretty long.
Stay tuned, folks. We're making Snag Thomas for a moment before we get out of here today.
Yeah, y'all should do that. We got Michael Panel over here, Nick Brower on the motor grader. We got some new up and comers like Corey Beatles. Ooh. So yeah, it's gonna be good competition today.
We need to start a trading card system, like you have the rookie card for Thomas Good,
See. Got a farm system coming up.
I like it. Yeah.
Look, and some other folks I know you want to shout out. You talked about this before the show. Some of your folks in the division.
Yeah, sure. I gotta give Chandra Trammell a shout out. I couldn't do this without her. We've had Will Andrews on board for about a year. He's doing great. He actually took a news interview for me this morning. Thanks, Will.
Very good.
And then I got to thank my rodeo committee. They're great. We have a committee member from each district. They're the ones that get out here, 2 days before the event and help us. Actually, I help them set up. So, and thanks to everybody who helped put this event on. We've got guys coming in and lending a hand from all the districts.
Amazing. So listen, we talked about the benefits of this event, the skills, the safety, all that sort of thing, but also maybe some intangibles. There's camaraderie, probably kind of a morale booster for some of these guys. Can you kind of talk about that for us?
Absolutely. I mean, these guys work for the state, right?
Sure.
We've done a lot recently to work on salaries, so that's great. But like, this is something that we can give them. Come out, have a great time, bring their families. Good food, good fellowship, good competition. That's what it's all about.
It's perfect for the competitive spirit, the drive. I'm not playing any sports or anything anymore, but Friday night still doesn't seem like it's that far away. Something like this, great opportunity to come out here and compete, really compete.
That's right.
And again, you talk about some of these folks that have been doing it for so long and have gotten so good. Again, what better way to really still compete and be a part of something competitive? Think about coming out here to operate a backhoe and you're facing out against Thomas Good, been the champ forever. It's like coming up against the 5A school that's won 3 in a row or something. I don't know. So I really like it from that aspect. Lots of great things we could say, obviously, enhancing safety, people working on best practices, honing skills, but nothing wrong with having a little fun too, and spirit of competition. I'm all for it.
Matt, I don't know if there's anything else you want to mention, but if there's not, we got some fun questions to close you out with.
All right, let's get to the fun.
Will, kick us off, sir.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So we've always gotten great answers from you guys, especially when we get out of town, but places to eat. You have given us several great recommendations. Been anywhere new lately? Or you got any new spots you want to throw to us?
Oh, new. I don't know about new, but I got to shout out Bogachita Boys. in South Mississippi. You know, last year I did the interview, named a couple restaurants, and I got out of here and they were like, "What about Boca Chita Boys?" I'm like, "Oh man!" So I got to give Boca Chita Boys a shout out.
Fair enough.
So, yeah.
Okay. Now you've been there. Where's the spot at?
Oh, absolutely.
Boca
Boca Chita. Yeah. Between Brookhaven and Macomb, right off the interstate.
Okay.
So
check it out.
What kind of cuisine is that?
Yeah.
They've got everything. Their main deal is barbecue.
Okay.
But the ribeye sandwich is killer.
All right. There you go. Ribeye sandwich from Boca Chita Boys. That sounds amazing right now, actually.
Oh, no doubt. Drew knows what to do. We're putting it on the list. We love it. Love it. Well, listen, you know the other part of this too, big music people and public affairs. So have you seen a concert lately in the past since we've talked to you, or any new music that stands out to you?
I have not been to a concert, but I tried to get tickets to the Ella Langley concert in Oxford.
Yeah.
And they sold out so fast I couldn't get it. But I've been listening to a lot of Ella Langley.
All
so,
right.
you know, I mean.
Ella fellas everywhere,
We
man.
love Ella.
Ella fellas, I like that.
We're everywhere.
She's great, yeah. If I had an extra $600, I'd go see her in Oxford.
No
That's
doubt,
crazy.
no
Good
doubt.
for everyone
if
that
you
gets
can
to
get a
see her.
ticket, yeah.
No doubt.
Hey, shout out to Hardy and Michael Hardy from Philadelphia. He's written a couple of those songs,
Absolutely.
including that "Be Her" actually right now that's out. Pretty sure that's a
Oh, did he
Mississippi
write
boy.
that one?
Yeah, Michael
okay.
Hardy.
Good deal.
Funny
they,
enough,
they got a good duet as well.
and he's great. Love us some Hardy. Maybe we'll get Hardy on an episode sometime and rock it out. That'd be cool.
Aspirations. Well, Matt, Matt, thank you so much for joining. We got 3 Ella fellas here.
That's right.
Love it. Cranking the Ella Langley. Thank you so much for joining us, having us to the State Rodeo, and appreciate the info.
Thank you, guys.
So we'll go ahead and wrap things up there. Thank you to our listeners, our viewers, for tuning into the Extra Mile podcast. You can watch and listen to episodes by visiting gomdot.com/the extra mile. Follow us on social media at Mississippi DOT. It's the handle. We want to thank our editor, producer, Drew Hall. We want to thank Billy Bob Sequel, David Kenny for coming down and helping out behind the scenes. Remember to drive smart out there on Mississippi highways.